Hello everybody. I would like to welcome you all to my presentation today. For the purpose of this presentation for my intercultural practice elective, I have interviewed a person that has moved from one culture to another. The person that I have interviewed has moved here to Ireland from Bulgaria. Today I am going to discuss the person that I interviewed, her background and culture, her reasons for moving to Ireland, theories we discussed such as cultural borrowing, stereotyping, othering, the outsider, the gaze, and cultural memory. I am also going to discuss what I have learned and what I can bring to future practice, and then I'm going to follow on with a conclusion. Ireland has the second highest rate of granting citizenship to foreign nationals over 15 years of age and allocated over 75,000 PPS numbers in their latest statistical release in 2013, and over 320,000 foreign nationals were assigned PPS numbers between 2002 and 2013 in Ireland. Maria came to Ireland in 2002 when she was just 23. Now 13 years later and at the age of 36, Maria now classes Ireland as her home and has 3 children that were born here. Maria is currently a manager in a McDonald's restaurant in the west of Ireland. Maria spoke about her culture and her ideas around Bulgarian ethnic traits. She comes from Sofia, which is the capital city of Bulgaria. She said if you were not wealthy, that it was a struggle to live there, and since the economic downturn, many businesses are now run by the mafia. The prominent religion followed by the ethnic Bulgarians is that over 90% identify themselves as Orthodox Christians. Maria studied law in college at the age of 17 and attended there for 3 years until the recession hit her father's business and her family could no longer afford to send her to college. There is no such thing as a grant scheme in Bulgaria. She worked at McDonald's in Sofia and Sunny Beach, and a friend that has previously moved to Ireland said that there was great opportunities here and set her up in the manager's job at McDonald's and sent money to help. Cultural borrowing occurs when the cultural practices are performed by those who would not be considered a part of the culture. For example, conforming to the society's dress sense, taking on the language, or partaking in certain activities that may be a part of this new culture. Maria said that when she first came to Ireland, she didn't realize how cold it was in comparison with Bulgaria. Her clothes were quite revealing, but she soon realized that this was not the way of the Irish. She said that she had to change her dress sense, and she wanted to fit in. Maria also attended English-speaking classes when she moved here, as she felt that this would help her conform to Irish society. A stereotype is a fixed or overgeneralized belief about a particular group or class of people. By stereotyping, we infer that a person has a whole range of characteristics and abilities that we assume all members of that group have. This can then lead to social categorization. Maria explained that when she first moved here, she was categorized into being a leech of the state, which was very untrue, as she never claimed benefits in her life. She got followed around at work at the beginning, as she wasn't trusted, and the Irish staff assumed that she may be light-handed, as she was seen as different to them. The other is an individual who is perceived by the group as not belonging and as being different in some fundamental way. Any stranger to a group then becomes the other. Groups need this othering or opposite to create a sense of oneself. Maria's accent was different to everyone else's in her workplace. She found that staff members excluded her out of conversation, and due to this she was classed as different, and she was never invited to social outings among the group. She said that this made her very upset and angry, as she did have the ability to communicate well with the other staff that she worked with. The outsider frequently overlaps with the other, but they are not identical. The outsider is seen as different, but has the possibility of being accepted by and incorporated into the group. Offspring are very likely to be accepted into the group. After a while, interaction became easier among Maria and her colleagues, and also people outside of her workplace. She said that she began to gradually fit in, and Maria then met her partner, who was an Irishman, and he accepted her, and this enabled her to fit in better among the Irish community. She said that this was because she integrated well into the Irish culture. The gaze is a desire to look and awareness that one can be viewed. So basically, an individual's desire to be seen by others. For example, middle-class people show their identity through their homes, their dress sense, and also in particular interests. Maria explained that once she began to fit in, she became more confident in herself. She was more aware of her appearance and wanted to be looked at positively by society. Maria did this by wearing branded clothing, and after moving in with her partner, she takes great pride in the visuals in her home, and she now uses English as a first language. Cultural memory and identity is the faculty that allows us to build a narrative picture of the past, and through this process, we develop an image of our identity. Cultural memory preserves the symbolic institutionalized resort to build their own identity and to affirm themselves to a part of a group. Maria brought a mug with her when she traveled to Ireland. This symbolizes her family life, and it brings back memories of when herself and her family used to sit down around the fire or the kitchen table and talk about events that were happening in Sofia. This enables Maria to remember some of her family's stories, and then she retells them to her family here in Ireland. From conducting this interview, I feel that I have to be very aware of different nationalities and culture in social care environment. Maria felt isolated due to the way she was treated by the Irish, and I want to ensure that I do not isolate any members of our society and help them to fit in with the Irish way. J.K. Rowling said that understanding is the first step to acceptance. Only with acceptance can there be recovery. I would like to conclude my presentation today. Thank you all for listening, and feel free to ask any questions.